Evening to you, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, so if you could just share with us the Nigerian government's perspective of this debate and what irks, so to speak.
Thank you very much. Regarding the the operation you just mentioned about, we are a bit confused because there's some kind of contradiction. A situation where people who do not have the responsibility in law, take the laws into their hands and begin to conduct certain businesses that otherwise you expect government authorities to do. So that's the contradiction.
So let's just start with your thoughts on the debate, particularly with regards to employment. Do you feel that Nigerian nationals are being inordinately targeted in this whole discussion?
Yeah, Nigerians here, most of the Nigerians here are doing legitimate businesses. Most of them are actually working in the professional sectors. So they are all gainfully employed, engaged, and then they have resident permits. They have the rights to conduct their businesses here. So a situation where they will be targeted in that form, in that manner, will be unjustifiable because they are legally resident, they have work permits, and then they have the legal rights to conduct their affairs and businesses here.
All right. As a Consul General of the Nigerian government to South Africa, do you know how many Nigerian nationals are in the country documented? And it's obviously difficult to put a figure to those who are undocumented, but do you have an estimation?
Right now, we are currently embarking on a census of Nigerian nationals here. At this point in time, I can't give you a definitive figure, but okay. We are in the process of getting an accurate statistics of Nigerians in South Africa.
I talk about the undocumented Nigerian nationals in this country and whether they are or not, but we are aware, and I'm sure you'd agree, that they are nationals of every country, but because we're talking about Nigeria, there are Nigerian nationals who are in South Africa who are guilty of criminal acts. So these criminal elements of Nigerian descent in South Africa, do you agree as a Nigerian Consul General that they are problematic?
Well, crime, like we said, has no color, has no gender, and no nationality. So it couldn't be something that you could, attribute to the Nigerian community alone. Agreed, there could be a few pockets of Nigerians engaged in crimes here and there, but it's not nice to begin to attribute crimes to certain nationalities and things like that.
No, I understand you, Consul General, just with regards to it not being nice, but we're talking about a real problem here. So let's look at South Africa's labor laws and juxtapose them against those in Nigeria on the hiring of foreigners. According to your laws governing foreign employment, I believe that employers must seek the consent of the Federal Ministry of Interior in order to employ foreign workers by applying for an expatriate quota. Is there a policy, though, in Nigeria that says that one will not hire foreign nationals if those requisite skills are present in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you very much. In Nigeria, we have what we call the expatriate quota regime. There is a limit to a number of expatriates that a particular company can bring on board to work. That is so as to protect the labor market, so as to give a chance to Nigerians who otherwise would have requisite capacity to do the same the same work.
It's such a pity that we weren't able to get you earlier, Honourable Malik Ahmed Abdul, because we would have liked to continue this conversation, but hopefully we will continue with it. The Consul General of Nigeria in South Africa speaking about perceived xenophobic sentiments, as some have called it, but just particularly saying that it is unfair to say that there is a large portion of Nigerians guilty of acts of criminality, that there are many Nigerian nationals in South Africa who are contributing positively to the society, academia, and of course the economy. Well, we are going to take a quick break. We are back with more news headlines, developing news around the Ukraine-Russia conflict, all of that coming just a moment.